Hey everybody, my name is Jake, one of the pilots at Maverick Helicopters. You're going to be coming along with me today. We're doing a couple of wind dancers, Maverick's most popular flights. It's my personal favorite. We're here at our Las Vegas terminal. We're going to be completing our pre-flight tasks before we get going. Our guests will be showing up in about an hour and 15 minutes from now. So stay tuned as we take a in-depth view of behind the scenes of what it's like to be a helicopter pilot at Maverick Helicopters. So the first thing we do showing up in the morning is go and get our aircraft maintenance records, review those, make sure we're not overflying any scheduled maintenance intervals. I checked weather before coming in. Like I mentioned, we show up about an hour and a half early to make sure we complete everything well before our guests arrive. Okay, so I've gotten my aircraft assignment. Now we're going to review what we call the CAN, all of the maintenance records for the aircraft. So we have these sheets printed out that cover everything that is upcoming with the aircraft. It has maintenance every 30, 50, 150, 600 hours, and so on. This is all reviewed by maintenance every single day before we even get here. All right, everything looks good with this one. We have about 14 hours left. On a typical day, these helicopters will fly as many as 6 or 7 hours, so this has plenty of time left on it. So we're going to head out now. We're parked right out this door. All right, now that we're all untied, we're going to begin our pre-flight, making sure everything looks good for today's flight. These are performed every day at the beginning of the day to make sure everything is in an airworthy condition. So we're going to start by turning the aircraft on, checking that we have enough fuel for this flight, making sure all warning lights are working, lights are operational. We check our fuel, our hydraulic levels, our oil levels before checking all of the systems on the aircraft, making sure all cotter pins, torque stripes are in the right places. We then tidy up the aircraft, making sure all headsets are sanitized. We wipe down the windscreen, making sure everything is exactly where it should be for our first round of passengers. Out of all my time working at Maverick, I've yet to find anything that's a major issue during pre-flight, and that's a testament to the fantastic maintenance that Maverick has. All right, so we've checked our weather. We've done a thorough pre-flight, all engine, oil levels are correct, hydraulic fluid is correct. We have fuel, everything on the aircraft looks good. We tidied up the aircraft, wiped down the headsets, cleaned the windscreens. We made sure that we have our kit with the champagne, drinks, and snacks we'll be serving at the bottom of the Grand Canyon today. So with that, we're going to head inside. We'll be calling names in just a few minutes.
You ready? You look sharp?
Ready. All set?
I think. Do we have it? Yeah, everyone's here.
All day though, right?
Morning, everyone. Group 4 with me, please. Group 4, you can come on up. Hey, good morning, Group 4.
Yep.
It'll be a beautiful day out of the canyon. Should be nice and calm down at the bottom. That's right, it is dry heat. There's a handle on the side of the seat. Be sure to watch your head as you're getting in. Once you're inside, you can get your seatbelt buckled. We give a safety briefing, everything that's required by the FAA that we say, in addition to some other things that make the experience more enjoyable. Going over how to use the seat belts, how to operate the headsets, and other safety procedures and protocols to follow throughout the flight. We then set off to the Grand Canyon. So on our way out of Vegas, we're talking with air traffic control for about the first 8 minutes. So I'm unable to talk on the intercom with passengers. I'm communicating with air traffic control. As soon as I'm able, once we're out of Las Vegas airspace, I come back on the intercom and begin my tour, narrating the flight out to the canyon. Thanks for your patience, everyone. I'll get those doors for you all. Watch your step as you're coming out. Big step down. I'm here if you need a hand. We are at Maverick's landing site. Maverick is the only company who's allowed to land here, setting up some champagne, soda, water, and snacks for our guests.
We have a beautiful day.
Everybody.
Many blessings.
Cheers, everyone.
It's beautiful. And to our pilot. And of course he can't drink, but he can have a soda.
That's right. So once everybody's all taken care of, we take a quick minute just to straighten up the aircraft. So on our way back from the canyon, we still see a lot. We're over the canyon for about 5 more minutes before flying along Lake Mead at a lower altitude. We fly through the Valley of Color, the Bowl of Fire, some really cool rock formations before flying down the Fremont Street Experience and all the way down the Las Vegas Strip to conclude our flight. So now we're back in Las Vegas, just walked the passengers back inside. We're going to turn the aircraft, get it tidied up for the next guest that will be calling out in just another 15 minutes. We're going to sanitize all the headsets, wipe everything down, get a new kit. I'll be on our way out to the canyon again. Hello everybody, welcome to Maverick Helicopters. We are your pilots. Going to be calling up group numbers. Starting the group 6 with me, please. You can come on up, group 6. You pull up on the silver handle. There's 2 doors in the front that swing out, 2 doors in the back. These slide just like a minivan, but please let me get those doors for each and every time today. All right, then you two have these 2 seats right here. On the way out, some of my favorite sights that we see is the Hoover Dam. We're there in about 10 minutes after we depart Vegas. We get a bird's eye view, great perspective, get both sides of the helicopter, really good view. We start with the left side, do a nice S-turn, get everybody a view on the right side, and then we fly all the way along Lake Mead. That spans almost the entire way out to the canyon. So we see a lot of Lake Mead National Recreation Area before getting to the canyon in less than 40 minutes. We've been landing here for over 20 years. So this is called Spot 1 where we are now. We have a couple of landing sites. You can see we don't need much space to land the helicopter. We have a spot right here, one more on the edge over there, then we can fit a 3rd helicopter up top. In total, we can land about 12 helicopters out here at this landing site. So if you want one in front of the helicopter, this is a great spot right here. We'll get the canyon in the background. And then if you'd like one without the helicopter, we can do that as well. I'm just going to pack this up. Everybody take in a couple more minutes of views and we'll be loading up shortly. All right, everyone, well, that's it for me today. 2 wind answers, and I'm all done. So I'm just wrapping up the book, writing down the flight times, handing the aircraft off to Tyler, who'll be taking it for the rest of the day. So thanks for joining us today on a day in the life of a helicopter pilot at Maverick Helicopters. Hope to see you on one of our experiences soon.